Happy New Year everyone and welcome to 2024. Now in this video I want to do something just a little bit different to normal. This is not going to be my normal story driven series, instead it's just going to be me on my own in the game doing some stuff a little bit different. Now I'm sure there will be another channel and another YouTuber out there who's already done this, but I fancied doing it for myself. I am going to jump into no man's land again and I am going to see how many bales of straw we can create with one single pass. Yes, I am curious to see exactly how much grass there is in the map of no man's land. Okay, so we are in the map. I've got a few mods turned on and I have set the economy to easy, although I don't think it's going to make much of a difference for what I want to achieve here. Now, there are some things I need to consider. First of all is how do we deal with trees, because a lot of this we are going to need to automate. I'm going to need to set up some courseplay maps and areas. Yeah, I'm going to need to hire a lot of equipment, so I'll be giving myself an infinite amount of money there or abouts. And I think I also need to have a look at whether or not I map around certain areas like woods, or whether or not I use these useful little posts here, which I'm sure you're all aware of, to remove some of the things on the map which may well get in the way. Okay, so this one's going to remove all rocks on the map, and this one's going to remove all trees. Now, there is a question here. If we were to take down these trees manually, then how much could we make with all the trees on the map? But I think for the purposes of this little experiment, because I don't know how long this is going to run for, I think to make life easier for myself this time round, I'm going to remove the trees, I'm going to remove the rocks, and we'll see how things go from there. So let me get my chainsaw out. Oh no, I don't have one. Let me go and purchase one first. Maybe I'll purchase some vehicles, tractors and everything I need from the shop at the same time, and then I'll come back and we can chop these bits down. Right, so first things first, let's go down to tools. Let's whiz down to chainsaws. There we go, and pick one of these up. It doesn't matter. I'm not even going to look. What have we got? 99 grand. Yeah, I'm going to tweak that in a minute. All right, let's set ourselves to just as many 9s as the game can handle. There we go. Loads of cash. I'm going to just skip forward on the time a bit. I want it around midday, and then what I'll do is I'll freeze time so that it doesn't interfere with the experiment. Okay, right, there we go. 1:15 in the afternoon, infinite money. Got ourselves a chainsaw, so let's chop this bad boy down straight off the bat. Bosh. Trees have gone. Now that bit of wood there may actually get in our way later on, but let's worry about that another time. I'm going to get rid of all the rocks as well. This place is going to look pretty barren. Yeah, it is looking... It's looking very boring, isn't it? Right, let's get ourselves up. There's the old barn over there. So I think now this gives us a perfect landscape to map out some courseplay areas. I don't think it makes sense to do one massive one. I think maybe tackling this in quarters. Yeah, hold on a minute. Are these rocky areas? Just don't want to have anything left in the way. What's that? No, that's just that's a texture. That should be okay. I may come out here, do a few bits of experimentation, or do I fudge it? Do I fudge it and use some landscaping tools to drop these down? Let's just waz over here really quickly. Yeah, because this is going to be a real pain. Do you know what? I think I'm going to. I don't consider that to be cheating. We're not really going to remove any vegetation that's there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around, I'm going to flatten any of these lumps that are going to potentially get in the way of any sort of automated mowing, and then map out some areas and we can get things underway. Okay, I've just brought you back in. I did a little experiment. So I have flattened this piece down here and it's looking okay. There I am in my John Deere gear, proper John Deere fanboy. And I did discover that obviously if you click on an area with grass, it is going to remove that grass. So if I am going to do this, I need to do it rather carefully. Let's just get myself over here, select that area to flatten, and just make sure I don't go anywhere near the grassy patches. Otherwise I will be changing the variables of my experiment. There we go. That's good enough. I think a tractor will be able to go over that without causing any issues. Anything else in the local vicinity? No, I'm going to have to move around and tackle some of the others over there in the distance. Actually, no, I probably just could fly over. Let's just give that a go. There we go. And we want to smooth, soften, slope. Oh no, not really sure what to do here. Let's soften. Let's see. Let's make this a bit bigger. Maybe a bit more intense. Yeah, we may have to just keep an eye on how this works with automation. I don't want to spend too long fudging the map before we get going. I kind of want everything to be as close to off the shelf as possible, if you see what I mean. But what I don't want is I don't want any vehicles getting stuck. I will be, of course, keeping an eye on this, but I'm hoping once I've got everything set up, I can go and watch a bit of Netflix and have a beer while this runs. But who knows? Honestly, don't know. This is all new. This is not what we normally do here on the channel. And it's fun. Hope this is going to be interesting for you guys too. Right, okay, let me go on and do some more of this, and then we'll come back and start mapping out some courseplay areas. Right, I believe that is everything sorted. So anywhere we used to have rocks and where those have been removed, I've gone around and used the landscaping tools to flatten and smooth things out, which should hopefully mean that any vehicles can just skim over this and not get stuck, and certainly mean that we don't have to fiddle about with our maps when we come to use courseplay momentarily. I'm just checking over to make sure I've got everything. Actually, that's a bit, is that a bit bumpy? Oh yes, look at that, that's a bit bumpy. Okay, let me deal with that. I'll check the rest, and then I think it might be time to head to the shop and decide what vehicles we're going to use. However, before I do that, I just want to make sure that I get rid of everything else on the map. Obviously, I don't need the money, but any objects like this, which may impede progress, I think it makes sense to get rid of right now. So I'm just going to sell all of this jazz. Make loads of extra cash. Get rid of that horrible, horrible farmhouse. Freaks me out, that does. I wonder if I can get rid of these fences as well. No, that's annoying. That's really annoying. I thought I'd be able to. That barn could definitely go. See you later. And then there's this whole gaggle of equipment in here, which right now I'm just going to leave fenced off. I can get in there and mow that little patch there down the line should I wish to. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Is there one more? Ah, yes. The old barn over yonder. Let's see if we can get rid of that as well. Zooming in like this does remind me of the intro to the Desolation series. If you are a fan of roleplay farm sim, then definitely check out every other video on my channel. This is just a random one-off, as I said in opening. Okay, right, let's select this one. Sell. Goodbye. And I think, roughly scanning the horizon, I think we're there. Now that's taken about 20 minutes real-time gaming to get that done. My tea, unfortunately, has gone cold. Bear with me. Yes, that's not a nice brew, but don't worry, I have got a beer in the fridge for later. So let's think about what kind of equipment we need. The end goal is to create bales, and we want to create the biggest bales possible simply so that we just don't have so many that we have to pick up and collect at the end. The other criteria is we want it to be fast, so I think a dedicated mower like one of the Crones might be the way forward for that. We're also going to need a trailer to pick up all the bales at the end, and I don't mind using mods in order to speed up the process and get things down to the store as quickly as possible. We're not here for realism like we would normally be, so I don't mind cheating just a little bit. So I'm going to spend a few minutes in here making my decisions. After that, I need to get myself into courseplay. I've used courseplay quite a lot in FS19, but not so much in FS22, primarily because my time is taken up recording the Dusty series, and I have very little time to actually play the game outright on my own. Right, I have decided to go for this rather tasty Krone M500. It is a mod, and I will put the details in the description below. Remind me if I forget. I've also had to pick up some other items in order to hook this up to a baler so that we can do everything in one pass. So the first thing we need is this additional PeterAH 3-point hookup, which is hopefully going to go on the rear here. Now, I haven't tested it yet. Now, there is a bar. So yes, that should sit on there and give us PeterAH. Then we need a ball joint. Obviously, this is what we're going to need. So this bar will sit across there. And then we should, theoretically, be able to hook everything up and do everything in one pass. Now, it's a bit of a fiddle, but preparation is key. We've got everything flattened. Now I just need to get the equipment sorted. Hopefully, we'll be in a position to make our lives a lot easier. So I'm just going to head over, move the baler out of the way. There we go. Reverse that bad boy in there. Hooky up. Right, if I shift her over there. So at the minute, as you can see, we don't have any way of unfolding because the PeterAH is not connected. So let's go and get everything hooked up and see if that makes a difference. Now, of course, we need to come in at the right side, so the 3-point, there we go, that's what we want, is pointing in the right direction. Let's get aligned to pick up the tow bar. Sadly, I can't seem to pick this one up. That's annoying. Wherever I go, yeah, I'm just dropping the front hydraulic there, which is not what I want to do. I want to pick up that tow bar, and it's just not giving me any kind of point to pick it up. Okay, I may have to go back to the drawing board on this one. I know there's another tow bar mod out there. Let's go and try that first. I'll bring you back in just a moment. Just wanted to give it a go and just see if I could just attach. There we go. So I can attach as you'd expect, but is it going to recognise that there's a PeterAH there? If I can unfold the baler. Oh, that's a good sign. That's a really good sign. Yes, we've got power and we've got pickup. Okay, so we don't need that tow bar at all. I think what I'm going to do is do a test run, and then I'm going to get my courseplay maps all set out and ready to go, and then we can get the experiment underway. Now, I've decided to align myself with the existing track just so I can go right along the edge, keep things nice and simple. I'm just going to unfold myself. This thing's an absolute peach when it unravels. Okay, if I just get the baler unfolded now, hopefully, let's just select the right thing. There we go. Right, the pickup is on and the pickup is down. I don't have access to the land, and that's fine. I need to buy it. I've forgotten to do that. Let me get onto that shortly. I'm going to drop mowers and make sure that swathing is turned on. Right, that's 4 bits of land purchased. And as you can see, we are picking up into the baler. We can only go 10 miles an hour. Unfortunately, that's the limit of the baler, although the actual mower will go faster. Our first bale should come out shortly. Keeping myself aligned with the road. Any bits I will go over again at the end of our test run. But I would say that's absolutely working. So what we need is a fleet of these bad boys. And at the end we can pick up all the bales. But for now, I've got a bit of configuration to do with courseplay. I've got to wipe some previous maps I've got set up for my Dusty series. Don't want to lose that, of course. And then I shall bring you back in, get things underway. We'll have a nice little montage and we'll see how much we can make with grass in no man's land. Well, that's a tasty view, isn't it? We got 3 additional M500s, 3 additional Krone balers, and then obviously all the PTO / hookups that we need to connect everything together. Let's get this all organised, get the guys out there, and hopefully we can get things underway. Okie dokie, right, we're in roughly the right position. I've got the 4th guy, or the original guy, who needs to swing into position right on the outside. What I need to do now is map out everything, and I'm in 2 minds of how to do this, because this is a really large map in the sense of the task I'm about to undertake. Now, I could just draw one massive course play area and just hope that it can chew through it, no problem at all. Or I could break it up into little sections, have a little bit of an overlap, and just see what happens there. I'm tempted to do it in quadrants, so I might break it up into quarters and see how we go from there. So with that in mind, I'm in the little truck and I'm going to get myself aligned to the edge. Now there are some trees here. I'm not entirely sure quite where the map edge begins, so I'm going to get myself up tight and behind. Yeah, there we go. So I've hit the edge of the map there. Yeah, it's right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come across. Hard to see really quite where it is. There we go. I'm going to head straight forward. I'm going to draw myself a little area and get things underway. And if there's anything that we miss, then I'll come back along manually at the end and pick up as much as I can. Okay, so here we go. It's been a while since I've done any course play work, so you will have to bear with me. But what I want to do here is basically hit the record button and hopefully just draft out the area I want. Let's get myself into position. Yeah, you can see the first marker has been dropped. Okay, I am just going to cut along here as best as I can without hitting the edge of the map. Trying to stay close. Yeah, I'm right on the edge here. I'm scraping. I can feel. There we go. I've just clipped. And this is what I want to do. I want to go around this kind of quarter, this bottom corner. Yeah, clipping again. What I don't want is for the automated drivers to clip the outside. I'm almost rather give myself. In fact, I will. I'm going to come in a little bit. Just zoom in a tad. Come in a little bit. In fact, let's just, yeah, there we go, in-cab view. Give myself a bit of space on the edge and I can pick those bits up manually at the end. Well, I'm casually banging along on the perimeter here behind the mountain. I'm just going to pan the camera around. I want to see quite how far I've come. I mean, that is a vast space. It really is. I think that's probably enough. I'm going to cut in now and then head 90 degrees as best as I can. That's pretty good. Up and over these large hills, which I hope aren't going to be too much of a problem for the big M's. And I want to head all the way back roughly towards the main track that runs up the centre of the No Man's Land map. Do another right turn 90 degrees. Oh, bit of lag there. And then hopefully close off this area. I think I am going to do it in multiple sections. I don't want to find that I map this out and then it's just too much computation. Oh, there's the bales I dropped a minute ago in my initial test. So I'm going to come on the inside of the road, bring it down, join myself up. Whoa, wibbly wobbly. Terrible driving. And that should be the end of that little zone there. Let's just come across this corner. I've clipped the edge of the map again. That may be an issue later on. There we go. Okay, that will do. Let's stop recording there. Do you want to record it as yes, I do? Right, now if we jump into the map, we should... Yeah, we've got Dusty's old loops there. That's fast. That's a huge area. Okay, let's give it a go. We can improve the process as we go along, as long as whatever we do, we don't miss any grass and we drop everything as bales, then I'm happy. Right, I'm just going to get into this very first vehicle, because this is the one we are going to be using. I am going to get her unfolded. Hopefully, there we go. So she's starting to unfold. Got too many different mods open on the screen. I see I've clipped the edge of the map there. That was the concern. And now I'm stuck. Okay, so then if we go into the map and we are already on the second tab, we want to create a job. We want to not follow me, not fieldwork, courseplay fieldwork with the big M, target position. There we go. And this is the field. There we go. First waypoint. Okay, so now we're going to open and close the generator. Right, we've got our working width. We are going to have 4 vehicles the same. And I think really we want to do... It's hard to really judge. Hard to judge quite how much we want to do here. I'm going to do 2 headlands. We want it to be smooth, definitely. And then up and down. Yeah, let's generate that field and see what happens. See, this is what I'm concerned about. It's quite a big area. My 3080 is potentially struggling a bit. I'm hoping the game's not frozen, but there's every chance it will do with a field this size. It's huge. Okie dokie. Well, that took about 40 seconds and the old fans ramped up a bit, but we're okay. We now have our area. Let's just close this so we can see. There we go. So we're going to start. We're going to head all the way around. Then we're going to cut in. Yeah, given that we've got 4 vehicles all at 13 meters wide, I think the best thing we can do now is just give it a go. The next step is to save that particular course so that we can refer to it later. So I've got my No Man's Land Bales folder. I'm going to click Save, give it a name. I think we'll call it Field 1, and there we go. Okay, right, now we just need to get everything queued up so that we have all the right vehicles doing the right thing. So this one we want to be left 1. It's already set to field 1, so that's good. We'll come back and turn on all the various bits of machinery shortly. This one we want as left 2. It's set to field 1, that's good. And this one hasn't been assigned anything. So first of all, we're going to go and select a course. So we've got this one here. We're going to load that in, activate. Let's come back out. There we go. And we want that now to be right... Left 2, right, yeah, left 1, sorry, right 1. This is where I get confused. And then finally, yeah, that's right. So this one we're going to, again, we're going to go in, course play, we're going to select our field, we're going to load that in, we're going to activate it, bish bash bosh, and that should be set to right 2. Right. So then if we skip through all of the other vehicles we've currently got on the map, what I'm going to do is get everything hopefully underway. Technically speaking, if I just hit play, we're on first waypoint. Is that going to do what we want it to do? So fold up, it should, and I've stopped it, haven't I? There we go. Left 2, and we just turn off these map components. That one is working itself out. This one, after a bit of jankiness, is going to work itself out. And finally, this one, after a bit of jankiness, there's a lot going on here. It's a massive, massive courseplay map. Hopefully, if I come out... Oh, I'm still on the back of it. Steady on, boys. Float myself up. If I've got everything worked out properly, we should have the absolute joy of 4 machines getting underway. What's going on with this fella over here? No, he's moving. That's good. He's already started. He's keen. Bit concerned about that. He started. Hold on a minute. Oh dear. Have I got them set to first waypoint? Damn it. That's what I did wrong. Stop. You want to go to first waypoint. You stop. First waypoint. You're on first and you're on first. Okay. Don't have access. Ah. Okay. Oh, see, this is why I'm much better at story-driven gameplay. Let's get into the map super quickly. Let's go and purchase this land as quickly as we can. Purchase by... Purchase. Yes. That's it. Oh dear. Not thinking ahead. This is why I need Dusty. When Dusty's here, I've got a second pair of eyes on everything I do. And things... Well, they do still go wrong, as we know, but just not as bad. That's better. That's better. Okay, number 1 is underway. Number 2, for some reason, is on the outer area. That's confusing somewhat. Why are you not picking... Oh, you're not swathing! Oh dear. Right, swath. Okay, because I have just royally messed everything up there, I've got things swathing and not swathing, I've got the orders all over the place. I'm going to reset, I'm going to pick up the bales that have already been dropped so they don't get in the way, and we'll try this again, shall we? Okay, looks like the chaps are finally getting themselves sorted. We've got this geezer over here. This one is making his way back. He's having a cup of tea and is waiting on team leader, and team leader, well, I don't even know if he's there. I don't know what he's doing. Right, I have sorted out all of my various issues when it comes to courseplay and the vehicles I'm going to use, and I think we are ready to get going for sure. Let me get everything lined up and let's get the mowing underway. Okay, here we've got left 1 and we're going to get him underway. And we got left 2. Who's going to get underway? Left 3. No, sorry, right 1. See, I'm already getting confused. And then right 2. Excellent. That's looking good. Well, the chaps are unfolding. Hopefully they're going to get into position. Now, one thing I've noticed in some early tests is that the swathing is working really well, but the baler doesn't pick up 100% of everything that gets dropped. So right at the end, I will have to come around and do a bit of tidying up, but that's fine. Let's just get these boys underway now. They all seem a bit confused as to who should be in the lead, and for some reason, the outer guy, this one I'm looking at here, left 1, always seems to be a bit delayed, but they're off, looking good. Well, so far, they seem to be tackling the terrain. I feel like I've done a reasonably good job at flattening things out. Let me get out of the way. I'm going to get crushed by the mower. Dropping the bales quite nicely. I've set this to the 240 centimetre square bales, so the biggest ones we can do here. So hopefully they won't be dropping too many. Bearing in mind, I am going to have to keep a track of how many we're dropping, how much each is selling for. Now, of course, the price we're going to get is going to be different depending on what time of year it is. But what I might do at least is count up how many and keep a track of the number, and then perhaps just hold up, skip the game forward until later in the year and try and sell things for the maximum value and see just how much No Man's Land is worth. I've rented 2 JCB fast tracks. My feeling is that given that we're just pulling along trailers here, the best thing to do is to do it as quickly as possible, and of course there is nothing faster than a JCB fast track. So let's get out there and start picking up some of these bales. it's all going on here. There's vehicles all over the place. Right, first one. Here we go. I've got auto load on, hopefully. Have I? Have I? No, of course I haven't. Okay, sorted that out. Just had to get the settings all dealt with. There we go. We are picking up. Let's blast up here then. Do you know what? Fancy a bit of in-cab view. Here we go. Right, how am I going to tackle this? Because there's one there. They're all over the place. So I think I'm just gonna have to do a couple of rows. Now I could, of course, have one of these chaps following along behind, and that may be something I do in the next zone, because I'm going to have to do probably about 12 individual zones on this map. I've got a horrible feeling that picked up. Yes, horrible feeling that potentially, sorry, my graphics card may start to chug with all of these objects, but we'll see. Oh, look up there, you can just see how many bales they are, nicely even. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to blast through these. I think I'm going to attack them like this. That's the way to do it. Hard, sharp bank to the left. Yeah, we're just going to weave up and down. And when I finish, the chap behind. See, I'll miss this one. Oh no, I won't. I'll get a third level. And matey boy behind me is then going to pick up any that I miss. Hope. Right, I'm definitely full now. Yeah, can't pick that one up. Smack. All that one. So let's just make sure that my dude behind doesn't pick them up. Great. Fantastic. Another thing to fix. Right, we have 2 full loads. That's 24. Going to go and unload these up near the store, and then we'll go back and pick up the rest. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop those bad boys right there. Let's ease up. I think that will do, and that will mean I can start to stack them up quite nicely. Now, if I do this properly, I should be able to get them on top. Should. There we go. Nicely stacked. Right, let's go pick up some more then. I'm just picking up these lot, and I can see, yeah, I can see the mowers. Are they stuck on the bank? I may have to take a trip over there. Not paying attention on the bales. I'm too busy looking at what's going on. Are they stuck? Have they crashed? Let's go and have a look. Let's go and deal with this before we continue. Ah, looks like there's a whole load of bales getting in the way. Don't quite know how that's happened. Let me pick these out of your way, son. There you go. Clear as a whistle now. And this chap's got a couple stuck underneath as well. Very strange. Maybe it's just because they're going so slowly. There you go, mate. I suspect they've given up. I've just nicked a couple out of his back as well. Right, let me go reset those chaps. Where are the other two? They're down there as well. Are they stuck? Oh, dear God, what's going on? This guy has, well, he's just basically given up. He's crashed, and he's got out the cab and given up for the day. So, yeah, thanks, mate. I'm fully laden, but I'll come back and pick these up and get that one underway. This is the problem, you see. They're like kids. If you don't keep an eye on them the whole time, all kinds of chaos can take place. Oh, this is the problem we've got. They're sweeping up as they go along. Let's see if we can pick up some of these and help him out. No. It's just absolute chaos. There's got to be a better way of organising this. Gonna have to think, I think, for the next stage around, because this is only one of many, many, many parts of this field we are going to have to deal with. Right, let's pick up that one. Yeah, I can squeeze around there. Let's get this last one. Then I'll move the JCB out of the way. Can you get in there? Yes. Right, now you come out of the way there. You back up a bit. Back up. Wait. Impatient. Right, and you're clear to go. All good. Whew. Our first chap has finished. Here he is. He's got a bale on the back. I'll nick that as I go past. Chunk, chunk. Thank you very much. So he's all done. The other 3 obviously got a bit stuck in various locations for various reasons, but they'll be catching up very shortly. Right, is my JCB? Yeah, here he comes. So, we are nearly done with this one, which is brilliant news. It's only taken about an hour and a half's worth of gameplay. So, I think we'll call it there. I want to hear what you think in terms of how we can more efficiently finish off this entire map and get everything mowed and baled. Are we doing it the right way? Have you got a better idea? I mean, I'm by no means a courseplay expert, but I'm sure if we were to employ more automated tractors and carters, we would definitely be able to do this a bit quicker. So let me know in the comments below. Part 2 will come thereafter, and I hope to see you all very soon. Bye bye.